Hello. Welcome back to Exotic Wine Travel. I'm your host, Matthew Horkey. So, we are here in Sardinia for the Concorso Enologico Nazionale Vermentino 2017, and I have a special guest with me today. He's one of the leading social influencers on wine. A lot of people just see his photos and videos and think, whoa, what the heck is this guy doing? Also awesome, beautiful places in the wine world, great wines. I'm with Fabien Lainé. Thank you for being on the show.
Cheers.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Tell me and tell us what you actually do. Some people look at your photos and say, whoa, this guy has a dream job. Is he just traveling around the world, just taking pictures of wine? Tell us what you actually do.
So I'm a French person. I used to be head sommelier in Belgium, then a bit in Switzerland, and then in Norway. And then I came back to France a while ago and I created my company. So I define myself as a wine and food and travel entrepreneur. So I focus on wine business development, whether it's marketing, communication, and sales also. So I work with producers all a bit around the world and basically just selling products, traveling, promoting. And then I came here actually in Sardinia to explore more about Vermentino because we see a bit, but we don't know that much about it. So it was a very good experience. And social media is for me a way to share with people what is really the wine world, which is basically just honestly pleasure, happiness, and sharing. You don't need to be a real crazy wine expert. You just need, first of all, to really enjoy it and share it with the right person around you.
I agree, so that's 100% really what wine's all about. But I want to ask, a lot of people that know wine see your tweets, your photos, your videos. What are you doing with all that material?
I use it for communicating basically about what I do, but also to share with people and sharing the diversity in the wine world and also teasing people that there is great food and great wine everywhere.
What's it like to always be moving and always on the road? Like, we're doing the same thing, we're always on the road, but people see you with knowing all these certain people and always traveling, always going to cool places. Tell us a little bit about the hat.
Well, this month, for example, has been very intense. Full month of October, only one day home. So first of all, it's a very big organization, but after it's like very little hours of sleep from time to time. It's not only the nice side. It's not only wine and food. It's a lot of hours of work and very intense days. And coping with a lot of time changing and traveling, plane, train, taxi, meeting a lot of people, a lot of dinners, a lot of food and tasting. So.
Let's go back into what you were talking about, what wine is to you, because you're often cooperating or with some bigger companies or also with some pretty high-end wineries or high-end personalities. So, but what is wine really to you?
To me, like I said, it's very just sharing and pleasure, and it's also transmitting knowledge and learning history from people. Because, for example, here in Sardinia is a bit more complicated because we haven't had like very old wine. But for example, I love to go to Portugal, where they have all these old ports and Madeira and everything. And so when you can have the opportunity to taste a wine that is over 100 years old, or let's say at least 50 years old, it's not only about what you're tasting, it's also what happened in this time, what happened all along this year. So it's a lot of transmitting history, but also emotions to people.
Oh, that's awesome. Let's talk a little bit about our trip, because we were here, judging at the Vermentino conference. What are your impressions of the grape so far? Both of us didn't have a lot of experience with Vermentino from Sardinia. What'd you come away with?
So if I would define Vermentino in a way, in Sardinia at least, because I haven't tasted everywhere, not like you in Santa Barbara, I would say it's very versatile in the sense that it really adapts to the winemaker skills, but also the land. So it can take a lot of faces. It's like chameleon type of wine. like you would have, for example, Grillo in Sicily. But it's very, very interesting, and I think it's just the beginning of a great wine period for Sardinia, because I have seen a lot of evolution in a very positive way in the winemaking skills, but also in the evolution of the wines.
Let's go back to grapes in particular, because I think Shireen, myself, you share a passion for unique grapes, well made. Can you tell me a little bit about your favorite grapes, your favorite regions around the world that you like to drink from?
If I would pinpoint two regions, probably for its diversity, Portugal, because I have a lot of very good friends there, a lot of producers that really care for their land, and the diversity they have, they really acknowledge the richness they have. As I'm French, if I would have to decide one region of France, even if I'm born in Southwest and if I still live there, if I'm never there, I would decide Rhone Valley definitely, because it has also a big diversity and in the grades, but also in the climates and soil types. So, and maybe also value for money there. So.
Yeah, I agree. We like that area so much so as well. So tell me, what you got planned up for the next year? How often are you actually on the road? It looks like on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you're on the road 24/7 all the time. What's the plans coming forward, and how often are you actually on the road?
I'm on the road a minimum of 2 weeks per month, except on the lower periods, which are often like December and January. But the rest of the year, I'm often in the car, in a plane, or in a hotel, or whatever.
So it gets tiring, that's for sure. So for anybody out there, where are they going to see you in the next year? What do you have planned?
So far, I might go to South America for a while, and then I have to decide. But I will be in a lot of wine fairs, where business happens, obviously. But also maybe coming back to Sardinia, probably Austria, Portugal for sure, a few times in the year. And who knows, probably Slovenia. I need to see a few nice friends there.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, again, thank you so much for being on the show. I wanted to keep this short and sweet. Anything that you want to say before we sign off?
Just share, have pleasure, and don't bother about what people are telling you about wine. Just have fun.
That's one thing I was really impressed with you about. We're going to add a little bit more bonus material here. Is you've tasted a lot of interesting things. You've tasted some of the world's greatest wines. You've been around different wine writers, wine critics, wine palates, but you don't let those ideas affect you. You're very confident in your own palate. How do you think somebody actually develops that?
Just discover and taste as many bottles as you can. Visit producers, go with them. Go in the vineyard, go in the cellar. Be invited to have dinner or lunch with them, and you will see that the wine world is very simple and very enjoyable. Yeah,
that's why you should be all about what we're doing, discovering and trying new stuff. So anything you want to add, Shireen? All right, guys, if you like this video, you can follow Fabien Lainé. I will put all his social media and stuff. Twitter, what are you on? Twitter, Facebook,
and Instagram.
Those are the big three. So if you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Exotic Wine Travel. I will see you at the next episode.